Hey everyone, it's Sam from Bio Cosplay. In this video I'm going to be doing an action figure review. I had asked on social media if you would be interested in that, and some of you said you would be, so we're going to give it a go. So this figure is the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Lexion from Sparrow Toys. I did back this line on Kickstarter and I got a couple figures from them, and I would say these are some of my favorite figures from this year, so far at least. So for the accessories you get two of these open hands, two fist hands. In the package it comes with these gripping hands on already, and the right hand has a vertical hinge while the left hand has a horizontal hinge, and all the rest have horizontal hinges as well. The vertical hinge is good for like holding the weapons and whatnot. As for the weapons, he comes with this blaster of sorts. I think this is painted really well. The metallic finish is good. It's got like some leather wrap looking details on the stock and handle. Those are pretty cool. It does have like an open port in the barrel, so if you have any sort of effect accessories you could probably plug those in there. It comes with this hand crossbow. This is like molded in a dark brown plastic and then has the metal accents painted on. So on the front here it's got like a little animal skull. I think that looks pretty cool. And on the handle here there's like a wood grain texture sculpted in. And finally he comes with this big knife, also painted very well, like the metallic finish on it. It's got like some nicks and scratches sculpted into the blade. So I think that's a pretty good amount of accessories. For the figure itself, I really like this like asymmetric design he's got going on. The orange accents, I think that looks pretty cool. I really like the sculpt of this head, like this grumpy cat head. All the fur texture looks very nice. This is fur texture sculpted pretty much all over the non-armored parts, except for the abs. Those are pretty smooth. All the spots and fur markings are painted really cleanly. He's got like this shaded airbrush effect in the ears, and that looks really nice. The eyes are painted really well. He's got these two black marks accenting the like nose mouth area here. I think the sculpt of the armor is really cool as well. It has like a lot of little details in there, and a lot of it's just either the brown or orange plastic it's molded in, but the bits that are painted really cleanly. So like the light brown here, and then all the little rivets on his strap there, the light brown patch on the shoulder. On this shoulder he has like a metallic orange over top of the orange on that center strip there, and then that same metallic orange here on this little nubbin on the skirt. The sculpt of this chainmail looks really cool, and it's painted like super clean. There's not like any bleeding or overlap onto the brown bits. And it continues the asymmetric design down to the knees and the shins with some light brown paint on this knee, orange paint on this knee, and the orange paint on these little spikes. Now to go over the articulation, I think it poses really well overall. There is a ball joint at the head, so you get some side-to-side tilt, and you can look down that much just on the ball joint for the head, and then up that much. And there's also another ball joint down in the neck. So then with both of those, you can look down a little bit more, and like tuck his head into his armor, look up that much, tilts to the side that much. This shoulder armor can get in the way, like if it shifts up, but you can just scooch it out of the way. This is like a soft, rubbery plastic. You do get a little bit of gapping at the bottom of the neck there, but it hasn't bothered me too much, and you don't really notice it once he's posed. And a little bit of gapping on the back of the head as well, but the same thing, it hasn't really bothered me once he's posed. You know, I'm not really looking at him from the back of this angle, so I think that's completely reasonable. Shoulders move up this much. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The armor on the forearms is also that soft rubbery plastic, so it scooches out of the way. And then I already showed the wrist, get the hinge and swivel, the horizontal hinge on all the hands except for this right gripping hand. The shoulder armor on this arm does hinder the arm going up just a smidge. It hasn't been an issue for me with posing it in general, but it will like squeak and spring it back into place a little bit there. The armor on this bicep is sculpted on, so it's not like the soft rubbery bits. It doesn't really impede the articulation though, you get about the same range. So there is an ab crunch at the torso here, goes back this much, and it is clicky, so it'll hold in place. Sometimes I don't like the clickiness, because it limits like how nuanced you can get with the posing, because you can only pose within the clicks, but these haven't seemed to like impede how you can pose or anything. It clicks forward this much, I think the way they sculpted it is pretty good. You don't get any like weird bulging in the front or the back there. Sometimes with some figures you get like a big domed area or like a big cutout. He also has a ball joint at the waist here, so you can get some side to side tilt and some front to back tilt as well. So altogether with both those joints, you can bend forward pretty far and back a decent amount as well. Down at the hips, this skirt is also like a soft rubbery piece, so you can do the full splits. I would say if you left him in this pose for like too long, it may distort the shape of the rubber, but you could probably just heat it up and it would go back fine. Leg goes back quite a bit. It kicks forward a good amount as well. I don't think the skirt really gets in the way that much. There is a swivel at the thigh. It has double jointed knees. And then at the foot, again, this shin armor is like that soft rubbery material. So the foot will go forward quite a bit for having armor in the way. And then back all the way. And then it does have an ankle rocker. So then for the height of the figure and some size comparisons, he's about 7 inches tall. So he's going to be more in scale with like NECA figures or like Mythic Legions than like Marvel Legends and 1/12 scale figures. So there's a G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes from Hasbro for comparison, so quite a bit bigger. So here's the Mythic Legions Demistros from, there's the PowerCon exclusive, to give you an idea of how the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figures would scale with Mythic Legions. And here is a NECA Alpha Predator. Here he is with the Masterverse Beastman. I feel like this guy looks like he would fit in with Motu Universe. Or it'd be cool just to have another Anthro character like Beastman posed with him. And then here's the Cosmic Legions Oleg Thygar, just so you can see like another 4 Horsemen scaled figure, because sometimes they vary in sizes. I like the orange theme we got going on here. I didn't realize that when I put them up there, but they look very cool with their contrasting orange colors. Here's with the Noto Toys Wukong, just to get a sense of scale for import-sized figures. So quite a bit bigger, but I still think they would go together since they're both animalistic looking characters. And then finally here he is with another figure from the line. They're basically the same figure, but this started out as the Ash figure. I got some extra armor for him. I think it's the Horrid armor I picked up at PowerCon. So then I swapped out like the orange skirt he comes with and then added on the other armor pieces. I gave him Demistros' cape, because I thought that looked pretty cool with the armor, and then that's a weapon from a Mythic Legions figure. So Lexion was $35. Ash here was, I think, $23 without all these extra accessories, and then like extra $12 for the armor set. The compromise with these cheaper Ancients figures, as they call them, is they have less paint. So you can see he doesn't have like all the spots painted on, or like the extra lines on the face or anything like that. And he did just come with a skirt originally, so you get less accessories and less paint, but then they have like more customizing potential, so you can like add extra armor or whatever you want to spruce them up. I think they're both priced pretty well, especially compared to like current domestic figure prices. So overall, I would recommend this figure. I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun to pose. I like to support like the smaller action figure companies as well. I definitely think I'm going to get more of these in the future, so I mean, Sparrow Toys, if you're watching, hit me up, hook me up with that Wave 3 Horde Infantry, the Wave 4 Horde Mongrel, or that Wave 4 cheetah looking guy with the Cheetor color scheme. I think his name's Aha Ken. I don't know if that's pronouncing it right, but yeah, I think these are great. Maybe if I had to nitpick one complaint, it's that they're like a little bit shiny on the fur. But, I mean, you could also argue maybe they just have shiny fur. And it wouldn't be too hard to do like a matte clear coat. So yeah, I think they're well worth the price. They have a lot more figures coming out in the future, it looks like, with some different animals. I saw they had like a lizard guy they were showing off at some cons. And then they had concept art for a rabbit and a bird. I know in the comics, there's a comic that goes along with these as well. In the comics, there's like some wolves with cool like suits of armor that maybe they'll do in the future. Those look neat. So if you enjoyed the review, let me know in the comments. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know in the comments. Should I keep doing these in the future? If you end up getting a figure, let me know that as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you're so inclined. And I'll see you next time.